found in one of the vintage craft magazines to make with you today. It's a vinyl record coasters, and the pattern is super easy and short, like this is literally it. And I think it's so different and unique and just such a good idea. And in the instructions they talk about using black and red yarn, but I went with this light teal instead. It's sort of like a soft green with blue-gray undertones. So it's very similar to the one in the magazine photo, and I really liked it. My red wasn't quite right, and this color looked just perfect. But of course, you can use any color that fits your room or decor best. So you will need that color just a little bit and black yarn. Here's what it looks like. So cute. For materials, I will be using 100% cotton yarn. Just in case, this is a 24/7 cotton by Line brand. The colors are black and this one I think called Succulent. I'll double check, and if it's not, I'll put it in the comments. For the decor, I use this super fine wool yarn, but honestly you can use anything as long as it's natural, that can handle heat, because obviously it's a coaster, you're going to be putting hot things in it. So very fine wool, fine cotton thread, anything like that will work. For crochet hooks, I will be using a 3.5mm for the coaster, and then this one is 2mm for the white decor details. But again, since it's just decoration, you can totally experiment with whatever feels right to you. And then of course scissors, stitch marker, and a yarn needle. Let's start our coasters, and we will begin in color, making a ring of 5 stitches. We will begin with a slip knot, and then the pattern says chain 5, join with a slip stitch to form a ring. That's what we're going to do. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, 4, 5. So 5 chains. And then in this first chain down here, we will make 1 slip stitch. Okay, see? And we have a tiny ring with 5 chains here. Just an important side note, the pattern says to start by chaining 1 like this, crochet, and then making a slip stitch at the end. If you usually crochet circles that way, go ahead and do it. I personally like to crochet in spiral instead, but the result will look exactly the same either way, so it doesn't matter. So you can either follow me, or you can follow the pattern and add a chain 1 and then crochet your round and then make a slip stitch at the end of each round. So whichever feels more natural for you, you do it that way. For round 1, we have to make 2 single crochets in each chain. So that means we have to make 5 increases. And so by the end of this round, then instead of 5 chains, we will have 10 stitches, because we will make 2 in each. So this is what it looks like at the end of round 1. We should have 10 stitches, a circle with 10 stitches. Round 2 is funny because it says increase just enough to keep work flat, so they don't give us any specific instructions. And for me to keep it nice and flat, I need to increase in the usual way, so by 5 stitches. So what I'll do is I'll make 1 single crochet and then increase in the next stitch. So next stitch I will make 2 single crochet. Then again in the next stitch 1 single crochet, in the next stitch 2 single crochet. We will repeat it 5 times in total, and that will give us 15 stitches at the end of round 2. Okay, next is round 3. Very easy. We're just going to make 2 single crochet and then increase and we will repeat that sequence 5 times, and instead of 15 we will have 20 stitches at the end of that round. Last round in this color, round 4, we will work 3 single crochet, 1 increase. We will repeat this sequence 5 times, and we will have, instead of 20, we will have 25 stitches. And that's our middle done. So we'll cut the yarn, and I will put the ends to the other side to get them out of the way for now and deal with them later. So next we need to attach black yarn. If you look at the pattern, it says at the opposite edge of round 4, pull a loop of black through any stitch. So I will put it right here, but it doesn't matter where you start. You just have to attach black yarn, like so. Now we will continue the same increasing pattern. So if you remember, we finished with 3 single crochet, 1 increase. So now here we will make 4 single crochet, 1 increase. Let's put stitch marker. Two, 3, 4, and then in the next stitch increase. So 2 stitches here, and we will repeat it 5 times, and instead of 25 we will increase to 30 stitches total. And this is what it looks like at the end of round 5. We have 30 black stitches. In the next round we will make 5 single crochet, 1 increase. We'll repeat it 5 times, and we will increase from 30 to 35 stitches by the end of round 6. Okay, done. Next round, 6 single crochet, 1 increase, and by the end of this round we will have 40 stitches in total. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, increase. This is what we have. Next round, 7 single crochet, 1 increase. We'll repeat it 5 times, and we will have 45 stitches total. Now this is what we have, and the next round will be slightly different because see there's like pointy spots in the circle because that's where we were making our increases. So what I propose is to increase slightly different in the next round to make these pointy areas less visible. So we're going to make 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then we're going to make increase here, and then 4 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, 2, 3, 4. So essentially it's the same thing, it's just we're gonna place our increase in a different spot and you'll see what's gonna happen. So let's try one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, then increase, so 2 stitches here, and then again 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. See how round this is compared to the bottom, like how pointy it's here? So I think it's a good idea. You don't have to do it, you can just do 8 single crochet, 1 increase if you like, but I find that it's quite helpful to make round 9 this way. There you go, so it's a little bit more round. And round 10, which is the last round of this pattern, we're almost done. We're just going to make 9 single crochet, 1 increase. That's it. Our coasters are pretty much done and they should be nice and round, but if they just look a little bit curly, that is okay. Once you wash it, it will look like this because you will lay it flat to dry or iron it. It will settle perfectly flat. As long as your stitch count is right, they will be flat. Okay, let's measure it quickly. So it's around 11 centimeters, so about 4 inches. So very nice. I think it's just perfect size for coasters. And now we're just gonna take a yarn needle and deal with all these loose ends to make sure everything is done and we are ready to make our chain stitch decorations. Now for the fun part, the decorations. And we will need to add the white stripes around it, like make the records shine, and the middle. So this black middle, and that's what we'll start with. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay. So let's take black yarn and a hook. If you have a smaller hook, it might be easier to pull through, but it doesn't matter. So you will poke through like this. You will grab the yarn from the back and then pull it like that. So see, you pulled up a loop. Let's just adjust. Now you're gonna poke it again, insert it in the next spot, or in the next stitch. Okay, so now you're at the back again, like that. Grab yarn and pull another loop, like that. See, you have 2 loops now on your hook. And now you just have to make basically a slip stitch. So you will pull 1 loop through the other. That's it. See, that's your first chain done. And we have to make a circle of 5 chains. So next stitch, pull at the back, grab yarn and pull it out. There, you have 2 loops on the hook again. Pull one through the other. See, 2 chains. So we basically have to make like a tiny circle. So that's 2. Now let's make a 3rd one. That's it. See, like a tiny circle like this. That's all you have to do. Now you're just going to cut yarn, and with yarn needle just secure all the ends. I like to use scissors just to move the stitches a little bit, push them sort of apart so that you can see blue a little bit, like that. Done and done. Now we have to make these white stripes, so kind of like a shine on the record, and they done in exactly the same way. The only thing is I prefer to use thinner yarn. You can really experiment with different yarns here. The original pattern mentions a silver metallic one. I don't have that one, and honestly I prefer to avoid synthetics on my coasters, so I'm using just a very fine wool thread instead, but I think fine cotton thread would be really nice too. And that's it, your vinyl record coaster is finished, and once you're done, just give it a gentle wash, lay it flat to dry. You can put like a heavy book on top, or you can lightly iron it, and that's it, it's ready to use. I hope you enjoyed this fun little project from the past. If you watched till the end and liked it, please take a moment to support my work. Leave a comment, drop emoji, like the video, and of course subscribe for more crafting adventures. As always, stay cozy, and I'll see you soon. Bye!